Hey all, EC here, and today I'm going to go over my top Kirby games on the Nintendo Switch Online subscription service. Obviously, we've already done Mario, Pokemon, Donkey Kong, and we've also done Zelda for like the best games on the NSO for those franchises. If you want to check out those videos, I'll leave a link to one of them in the description, or I'll leave a link to the playlist for them in the description. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So the first game we're going to go over is Kirby T Tumble. This is the first game on our list. Kirby T Tumble is actually a Game Boy Color game. It is a game which actually has motion controls as well, which is kind of crazy because it was a Game Boy game. And essentially you have to guide Kirby through different journeys, collecting stars and getting a high score. It's very similar to a pinball game, how it is structured. It's quite a fun little game. Obviously, it can be quite intense. Obviously, if you're not really good with the motion controls, and you might end up dropping your Switch a few times or throwing it in frustration if you miss a few points. I understand that. Just try not to break it, because I don't think anyone wants to spend another $500 on a Switch 2. But essentially, it is a fun little Game Boy Color game with motion controls that emulated quite well. And it's quite an enjoyable little game, and I feel like more people need to experience it because it's kind of a forgotten game because it came out in 2001, which is around the same time the Game Boy Advance launched. The next game on our list is Kirby 64: The Crystal Shards. In this game, it's billed as Kirby's first 3D adventure, when really it's more of a 2.5D sort of platforming game. You must journey beyond the world of Dreamland and stop the dark matter, who is after the distant Ripple Star's powerful crystal, and a powerful fairy known as Ridion, who obviously helps you along the way. This is Kirby's first major 3D adventure, obviously, and it's quite interesting as well because it was a Nintendo 64 game. I believe it was one of the first ones added to the Nintendo Switch 64 app as well. So it's quite an interesting game. Obviously, you need the expansion pack to actually access this game. It is obviously an expansion pack game, but that doesn't sound as well in the title. That doesn't sound as good in the title, does it? Next game on our list is Kirbys Dreamland. In this 2D platformer, obviously, you play as Kirby, who must eat and spit out his enemies as he jumps and floats his way through Dreamland to stop the evil king who has stolen the magic twinkle stars. Obviously, if you know Kirby has a lot of stuff around magic and stars and crystals and all that sort of stuff. So, if you're a fan of that sort of stuff and you're like collecting these sort of games, it's definitely interesting. It's a 1992 Game Boy game, and I'll argue it is the first real Kirby game that gave Mario a run for his money. And it made, obviously, quite a strong case on why you should check out the Kirby franchise if you're already a fan of games like Mario. But, we'll move on to the next point. Next game on our list, we have Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. This one, probably the best game on the list, to be honest. We have, it's a Game Boy Advance game, and it's Kirby and the Amazing Mirror is set in the Mirror world, which takes place above the skies of Dreamland, which is a nice little idea for a game. Kirby is split into 4 characters. You have obviously Red Kirby, Yellow Kirby, and Green Kirby, and you can call on them at any time to actually come and help you with your puzzles and stuff. Obviously, they all have unique abilities, which is quite helpful, especially as you progress through the game. And Kirby is on a mission to defeat an evil, shadowy figure who has taken over the Mirror World, which I think quite an interesting idea for a game. I think sounds kind of fun, and I hope people check this out, because I think it would be kind of cool if we, if they did like a whole full remake of this game. I think that would be kind of fun for like a Switch 2 remake, even if it's only eShop exclusive. I still think it would be kind of cool. Then we have Kirbys Adventure. This one is an interesting one. It's an NES game that was released in 1993 for the for Kirbys Adventure. So in this game, not everything is well in Dreamland, as the dreams bring a magical reservoir, which gives all of the citizens of Dreamland their positive happiness and their dreams and stuff. Has become broken. It's broken, and after Kirby investigates, he realizes the evil King Dedede has stolen the Star Rod, which has basically caused everyone in Dreamland to have nightmares. Which, let's be honest, we can all relate. We can all relate to people stealing our happiness and our dreams. So he must journey through Dreamland, defeat King Dedede, and return the Star Rod to save the day, to return everyone their positive dreams. Anyway, guys, I feel like Kirby's kind of an underrated franchise. I feel like it's similar to Donkey Kong, where it's quite iconic, but it's also very underutilized by Nintendo. And I feel like it'd be kind of cool to see a load more Kirby games. I believe there's only like 6 on the Switch, which weren't on NSO. And yeah, I kind of hope, you guys check out some of these games. If you guys are new to Kirby, or you want to check out some other games on NSO, and you're watching this video to find some NSO recommendations, I'd say check out these games on this list. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like, all that sort of stuff. We are trying to get a bit higher on the algorithm, get the subs and the views up. So if you want to help me out, please do. I won't say that. I won't be mad at having a few extra subscribers and some extra views. So, as every YouTuber says. So if you want to do that, make sure you do. And let me know in your comments down below what is your favourite Kirby game. If you've got this far, let me know what your favourite Kirby game is, or let me know what Kirby game I missed on NSO that you guys think was like amazing. Let me know what you think. Anyway, I've been EC and I am signing out. Peace.